Welcome back to NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for joining us here once again on this momentous occasion as we have 4 blockbuster matches for you tonight on this episode of NXT. And we are not wasting any time. We are getting right down to the nitty-gritty as we have the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, making his return back here to the NXT arena. Last time we did see Cassius Ohno, he picked up an all-important win in his matchup, so we're going to see if he can pick up another win, ride that wave of momentum, so to speak, against Tony Nese, making his return here to NXT. We haven't seen Tony Nese in quite some time. Last time we did see him was last season in NXT. Cassius Ohno looks like he's going to take it right to Tony Nese, but that big scoop slam from Nese says otherwise. Knee to the midsection from the knockout artist. We are just mere days away from our first pay-per-view of the new season, NXT TakeOver 2. So you know, building momentum on this night is going to be all too important for the wrestlers, for the athletes here in NXT. Another big scoop slam right there from the premier athlete, as he has coined himself. Cassius Ohno on a bit of a winning streak. Won both his last 2 matches as he delivers an elbow right there to the back. So can the third time be the charm? And Cassius Ohno go 3-0 here in NXT so far. Cassius Ohno now going to bring him to the center of the ring, delivers a second elbow to the back. Just kicks him away. Goes the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno. Cassius Ohno, he's no stranger to championship feels, to big match feels, as Cassius Ohno, he's been in the industry for quite a bit of time. You might say that he is a ring veteran. He calls himself the wrestling genius. So we're going to see what Cassius Ohno can do, despite the fact he's relatively new here in NXT, as Tony Nese delivers a double foot stomp to the back of Ohno. A couple of forearm strikes from the premier athlete, but Cassius Ohno retaliates in kind. Both men now back up to their feet. Fireman's carry into a gut buster from the premier athlete. Big kick right there stuns Cassius Ohno for just a second. They're going to send him off into the corner. Knee strike right to the midsection. First pinfall of the matchup. Only gets a 1 count. Collar and elbow tie up from both these combatants. Maybe looking for a suplex is Tony Nese, but Ohno reverses it. Drop toe hold right there from a premier athlete. Now going to bring it back up to a vertical base and delivers a European uppercut that stuns Cassius Ohno for just a sec. Snap suplex from Tony Nese. And you got to know, Tony Nese, he wants his name in the championship title contention picture. You know he would love to be the next NXT champion. As you hear our ring announcer, 5 minutes have elapsed in this one fall, 15-minute time limit match. The athletes of NXT looking to impress General Manager Triple H, as he said on the inaugural episode of NXT. He is looking for the top 2 standouts when it comes time for the end of the season, and those 2 combatants will face off in a one-on-one encounter at our final pay-per-view of the season, and that match will crown our very first NXT champion here in... It's almost surreal that we have to crown our very first champion in terms of the championship being vacant, but there's a first time for everything, as Tony Nese now sends Cassius Ohno into the corner, delivers a big running knee strike that takes down Cassius Ohno. Nese now going to go into the pinfall attempt. 2 count, 2.9 for Tony Nese. And I don't think Cassius Ohno appreciated that none too kindly, as now he's going to deliver a couple of shoulder tackles in the corner. They're going to go up to the top rope and delivers a big senton. That's a long way down. That's a big boy coming up off the top rope. Cassius Ohno, oh, German suplex in the corner. My God, Tony Nese just German suplex Cassius Ohno in the corner. I don't know how the hell Ohno was back up to his feet that quick as he delivers a jumping suplex to Tony Nese. That German suplex in the corner was absolutely dreadful. My God. Big leg drop from Tony Nese. Nese looks like he's going to take it right to full throttle to Cassius Ohno, but Cassius Ohno delivers a backdrop driver. And now pump handle picks him up and drives him down. That almost looked like a modified Michinoku driver. Picks him up and drops him face first. Elevated DDT from Cassius Ohno. Snap suplex from the Premier Athlete, and both of these combatants are down. Shot to the midsection from Cassius Ohno. Ohno looking for another backdrop driver, and it finds a home. Backdrop drivers galore in this matchup, but Tony Nese right back up to his feet as he delivers another snap suplex. Gonna drag him away from the ropes. Is Tony Nese, brings him back up for a vertical base. Elbow shot to the back of the neck from the knockout artist. 10 minutes have elapsed. In this matchup, there's that maneuver again into the pinfall. Goes Tony Nese. 2.9. And jog him away from the ropes is Cassius Ohno. Brings him back up to his feet, sends him off the ropes. Both of these men collide. Tony Nese now going to go into the pinfall, surprisingly, but Cassius Ohno was in the ropes, picks him up and drops him down with the elevated DDT once again. Picks him up into a shoulder breaker. Drags him away from the ropes, does Tony Nese. Brings him back up to a base. Just tosses him away, this Cassius Ohno. Big leg drop, stuns. Cassius Ohno follows it up for a second one. Brings him back up. Oh, elbow strike caught him right on the back of the neck. It almost looked like Tony Nese was going to go for a super kick. Maybe a big boot of some kind, but Cassius Ohno caught him at the last second with that forearm strike behind on the back of the neck. I'm going to send him off into the ropes. Always looking for a big pump kick. But Tony Nese ducked under. Going to send him off into the turnbuckle now. What's he looking for? Going to set him up on the top turnbuckle. That's a long way down. That's a long way down, my God! Tiger Driver 97 off the top rope. There's no way Tony Nese was kicking out of that. Oh my God. What a hell of a way to end the match. Cassius Ohno is 3-0 in NXT. Barbed wire massacre. Oh my God. Well, welcome back to NXT TV, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news does not even begin to describe it. In case you are just joining us moments ago, Eric Young accepted Kevin Owens' challenge for the Loser Leaves NXT match at TakeOver 2. But Eric Young has thrown on a new caveat for that match. Not only will it be a Loser Leaves NXT match, but for the first time ever here in NXT, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see Barbed Wire Massacre. Kevin Owens has accepted the match. It is done. It is written in print. We are having Barbed Wire Massacre for the first time ever here in NXT. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin with this, but we're going to try and focus here on this match. We have the World Tag Team Champions Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, who they're looking to build on their momentum. We saw them in action last week. They faced Rich Victor and Connor O'Brien of the Ascension, and they picked up a hard-fought win. So, no rest for the wicked, so to speak, here. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins right back into the thick of the action. They are looking to get all the matches under their belt that they can, because they're going to have their toughest challenge to date here at TakeOver 2, as they will be facing the current reigning IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, making their debut at TakeOver, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, making their first appearance here for the Black and Yellow brand. These two, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, they're going to have quite a hell of a roadblock, I guess you could say, in their championship reign. But that is at TakeOver, and before they can get to TakeOver, they have to get through American Alpha, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. That's Chad Gable in the ring right now, as Roman Reigns now going to tag out to Seth Rollins. Double power bomb from the Shield, a trademark maneuver. Usually we see a triple power bomb, but as we have mentioned before, the third member of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, the former NXT champion, currently out with an injury. We do wish him the best of luck. We hope to see him back in the NXT arena again very, very soon, as Jason Jordan delivers a backdrop driver. We saw a couple of backdrop drivers in our previous match. Cassius Ohno picked up that win against Tony Nese. We're going to see if those backdrop drivers can grant American Alpha the same bit of luck. Can Lady Luck shine down on the American Alpha, and they pick up a win here against the World Tag Team Champions, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. As we all know, the working order here in NXT, if you pin the champion in a non-title match and you throw your name into the conversation for a championship opportunity at some point in time down the line. A beautiful execution right there from the American Alpha. The assisted German suplex, STO combination, as Roman Reigns now going to get the tag from Seth Rollins. The juggernaut of the Shield, but Chad Gable going to fight both members of the Shield off. Drop toe holder right there, takes down Roman Reigns off his feet. Follows it up with a judo-style takedown. Does Chad Gable, the former Olympian, with the go behind. Oh my God! Oh my Lord, what a German suplex! Wee! I haven't seen a German suplex that brutal since the All-American Kurt Angle. My God! The way Roman Reigns just landed on his neck, and Jason Jordan tried to follow it up with another German suplex, but Roman Reigns said, not today. Not after that last German suplex. My God. Oh, Lord. Eat your heart out, Kurt Angle. My God, what a German suplex that was. And tag, in comes Jason Jordan. And here's that assisted German suplex STO combination. They tried to do the same for Seth Rollins, but Rollins able to fight it off. Rollins almost went after Chad Gable, but Gable was able to fight him off. Rollins now off the top rope with the frog splash. Jason Jordan now somehow back up to his feet first. Now going to be sent into the corner by Seth Rollins. Rollins now going to pick him up. Bucko bomb in the corner. The Bucko bomb in the corner. And, you know, despite Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins being tremendous athletes, you know, they hold championship gold here in NXT. I'd have to say that they've been off their game a little bit, and just as I say that, Seth Rollins delivers the Seth Walker to Jason Jordan. Jordan now going to go over and tag in his American Alpha brethren, Chad Gable. Gable now with the go behind. Oh, Pele kick right there from Seth Rollins. Takes down Chad Gable. In comes the juggernaut of the Shield one more time. Sent off into the ropes. To his own undoing, as Rollins now going to go up to the top rope, but thinks better of it. Gable now sent off into the ropes and gets caught with a Samoan driver from Roman Reigns. Both men back up on their feet. Northern Light suplex with a bridge, but Roman Reigns was in the ropes. Reigns now gets taken off his feet by Chad Gable. Beautiful into a heel hook. But Roman Reigns once again managing to get to the ropes. Double leg takedown from Chad Gable, but Roman Reigns fights him off. Reigns now back up to his feet. Now going to bring Chad Gable back up to his feet. There's that judo style takedown once again. And now Enziguri right behind the ear catches Roman Reigns. Chad Gable now, oh, beautiful gut wrench German suplex. Reigns with the go behind now just picks him up and drops him down. I'm not sure what the hell that even was, but it was effective all the same. And Chad Gable, American Alpha, looked like they were going to double team Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns had everything well under control. Spear! Spear from the Juggernaut, but Chad Gable back up to his feet. He tags on both sides, and now the assisted German suplex once again. And now T-bone suplex from Jason Jordan on Seth Rollins. Rollins now being dragged away from the ropes. Now Jason Jordan with the go behind into the backdrop driver once again. Backdrop driver stuns Seth Rollins, but the Seth Walker stuns Jason Jordan. Rollins into the pinfall, and it's Chad Gable breaking it up. Superb tag team action here on this episode of NXT as we have the American Alpha taking on the World Tag Team Champions, The Shield, as Jason Jordan got met with that super kick. Elbow shot right there to the face from Seth Rollins, but he gets taken down a notch by Jason Jordan. Picks him up. Oh my goodness, just tosses him away, does Jason Jordan. And now the T-bone suplex once again. Almost looked like he dropped Rollins on the back of his neck. The tag. In comes Chad Gable. And now, here goes the assisted German suplex once again. It finds its mark. It finds its home. Picks him up. Does Seth Rollins into the Falcon Arrow. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow but Jason Jordan. Able to get into the ring and break up that pinfall attempt. Chad Gable, oh, it looked like Chad Gable was going to be taken up once again for that Falcon Arrow. The wear and tear starting to take its toll in this matchup. Chad Gable back up to his feet, but he is woozy. Rollins picks him back up. Super kick! The Avada Kedavra from Seth Rollins stuns Chad Gable. The double powerbomb from the Shield into the German suplex. Rollins holds on 2 times. 2 times the German suplex. A double take, if you will. Chad Gable takes it right to Roman Reigns with the belly-to-belly suplex. Shot right there from Roman Reigns, but Chad Gable retaliates in time with the belly-to-belly suplex once again as he gets sent off the ropes into the Samoan drop. Damn near dropped him on his neck. Roman Reigns now gonna pick him back up. Crucifix into the powerbomb. The Crucifix powerbomb gets it done for the Shield. What a hell of a tag team matchup. My voice is starting to crack and everything, but the Shield picks up momentum heading into TakeOver. What a hell of a tag team match. That has to be some sort of omen for the match that we are going to see between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as they defend the NXT World Tag Team Championships against the current reigning IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, making their debut here in NXT, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon. It is just one of the many spectacular matches we have coming your way at NXT TakeOver. But enough talk about NXT TakeOver just for a moment as we head back out to the NXT arena, as it is now time for women's action here as we see the Jersey Devil, Sonya Deville, making her debut here this season in NXT. We saw just a little bit of Sonya Deville last season as she had just a couple of matches, one standout match against the NXT Women's Champion herself, Shayna Baszler, but from the NXT Women's Champion to another Jersey native, we have Liv Morgan making her NXT debut. So we are going to see what Liv Morgan has to offer here on the black and yellow brand. Senior official Tiger Hattori asks both combatants if they are ready as he signals for the bell. And our third contest this evening is underway as we have MMA specialist. Oh, beautiful counter right there from Liv Morgan. We have MMA specialist Sonya Deville making her return here. As I mentioned before, she has had a few matches here in NXT. She had one standout match last season as she faced the NXT Women's Champion, and she has had quite the number of matches here at our live event shows. If any of you guys have been to those, let us know in the comments down below. We would love to see you here in the audience as we record our NXT tapings. As now Sonya Deville has a triangle, but Liv Morgan able to get out of it relatively quickly. STO takedown right there from Sonya Deville. And we haven't seen too much of Liv Morgan. She is making her NXT televised debut. As much like Sonya Deville, we have seen quite a bit of her on our live event shows. As I said before, if any of you guys are here from our live event shows, please do let us know. We want you to feel as welcome here as possible. As we see a couple of shots from Sonya Deville right to the midsection of Liv Morgan. A battle of the Jersey natives, I guess you could say. As now Sonya Deville going to go right back into that triangle, into the armbar. Does Sonya Deville. There's that MMA background that I spoke of earlier. When it comes to submissions, I'd have to say that Sonya Deville is one of the top tier submission experts that we have here on the NXT roster, as Liv Morgan delivers an enziguri right behind the ear that absolutely caught Sonya Deville. Couple of shots from Sonya. Picks her up, sidewalk slam from Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, relatively inexperienced, but I guess you could say the same thing for Sonya Deville. Both these combatants started training around the same time. Sonya Deville, if not a little bit earlier. I guess you could say that if you want to include her MMA training, she started training a lot earlier than Liv Morgan did, but both of these combatants relatively new to the game, so we're going to see what both athletes can do here in this matchup. Perhaps we could be looking at a future NXT Women's Champion here in this match. You never know. You're going to have to stay tuned and find out. As Liv Morgan now going to drag Sonya Deville away from the ropes. 5 minutes have elapsed in this one fall 20-minute time limit match. Beautiful. The double wrist lock from Sonya Deville. Double leg takedown from Deville. Beautiful counter from Liv Morgan, but Sonya Deville into the ropes. Rings the arm, does Liv Morgan. Couple of shots from Sonya Deville. Was looking for a lariat. Was Liv Morgan. Sidewalk slam. Follows it up with an elbow drop. Both women now reversal on the Irish whip. Sonya Deville able to catch herself on the ropes. Couple of shots. Oh my goodness. Those MMA type strikes, those Muay Thai type strikes. Running knee from Sonya Deville stuns Liv Morgan. Morgan now going to drag her out to the center ropes. Delivers an elbow to the back and a kick to a couple of kicks to the face from Liv Morgan. Gut wrench slam tosses her away to Sonya Deville. Liv Morgan now drags her out to the center of the ring once again. Drop kick from Liv Morgan. Deville though back up to her feet. Shot from Deville. Face buster from Liv Morgan. Up to not go for a pinfall attempt. That could cost her in the long run. Could be a mistake on the part of Liv Morgan, as Sonya Deville going to go into the pinfall and gets a 2.9. The tightest of 2.9s. Liv Morgan now off the ropes. Lariat takes down Sonya Deville into the Boston Crab. Sonya Deville fighting her way to the ropes. Oh, but she's able to break the hold. Somehow, someway, she's able to break the hold. Just wrenches on the arm. Does Liv Morgan. Morgan now off the ropes. Takes her down with the lariat once again. Morgan in control of this matchup. Forearm strike right there. Stuns Sonya Deville. And she delivers the elbow drop off the ropes. Follows it up with a knee drop. Shot to the midsection from Sonya Deville. And now a side headlock from Liv Morgan. Going to try and tap out Sonya Deville. But Sonya Deville not going to have any of that. Oh, the Jersey code breaker. She stole her finishing maneuver. She stole her finishing maneuver, did Sonya Deville. And somehow, someway, Liv Morgan back up to her feet. That could cost Sonya Deville not going for the pinfall attempt. Irish whip sends her off into the ropes. Couple of punches in the corner. Irish whip sends her off into the ropes. Collision in the center of the ring. 10 minutes have elapsed. 10 minutes remain. Irish whip sends her off into the ropes, and the collision once again. The wear and tear, I guess you could say, starting to take its toll in this matchup. That's the effects that the match has on both relative newcomers. They're not used to going those long distance type matches, but a sidewalk slam from Liv Morgan, and now both combatants back up to their feet. Sonya Deville takes her off her feet with the gut wrench suplex once again. Now going to drag her away from the ropes. Insecurity catches her behind the ear, does Liv Morgan. Morgan now just a stomp right to the back. A couple of shots to the midsection from the Jersey Devil, Sonya Deville. Drop toe hold from Liv Morgan. Follows it up with a knee drop. Now Morgan going to bring her back up to a vertical base. I have to say, I am pleasantly impressed with both of these women in this matchup. Insecurity once again from Liv Morgan. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that either one of these women could give Shayna Baszler a run for her money when it comes to that NXT Women's Champion flatliner right there from Liv Morgan. Can she capitalize off the flatliner? But Sonya Deville back up to her feet, looking for a strike. But Liv Morgan had it well scouted. Morgan now off the ropes, real barrel into the face buster. Morgan now going to bring her back up to her feet. Irish whip sends her off into the ropes. And as I mentioned before, that's relative to the inexperience of both of the women in this matchup, but I'm sure as time progresses, they will get better. They will have even more stellar matches just like this one here in the near future with NXT. A couple of shoulder tackles in the corner from Liv Morgan. Morgan now off the top rope with an elbow drop, paying homage to the Macho Man with that one. Drop toe hold right there from Liv Morgan, takes down Sonya Deville. Now going to drag her away from the ropes. That ring presence of Liv Morgan starting to kick in. She realizes that Sonya is just a little bit too close to the ropes. As we see it once again, she's going to drag her away from the ropes. I'm starting to lose my voice in this one. What an absolute classic bout this has been between these two young ladies. Liv Morgan now in control of this matchup. And just as I say that, the momentum shifts 180 degrees. But just as I say that, the momentum shifts right back around once again. Curse of the commentator, I guess you could say, is now Sonya Deville going to drag her away from the ropes. Picks her up and drops her down with that gut wrench suplex once again. Couple of knee strikes to the midsection from Liv Morgan, and she's going to return those in kind from the knee strike that we saw earlier on in this matchup. Flatliner from Liv takes her down. Both women back up to their feet. Couple of forearm strikes, stuns Liv Morgan, and a left hook for the ages from Sonya Deville. But Liv Morgan retaliated with a flatliner face first into the canvas. Morgan now going to wait for Sonya Deville to get back up to her feet. Could cost her. Now going to set her up in the tree of woe, and a striking combination from Sonya Deville to the defenseless Liv Morgan in the corner. Takes her off her feet again with the gut wrench. Brings her back up to her feet. Now going to drag her to the center of the ring. Elbow strike right to the back. Follows it up with a knee drop. Times two. Shot to the midsection from Sonya Deville. And a couple of knee strikes once again from Liv Morgan. A couple of forearm strikes. These two women are just going back and forth, back and forth. Neither can get the upper hand on the other, and another left hook from Sonya Deville. Shot to the midsection from Deville. Facebuster caught her once again. And this time Liv Morgan not going to waste any time going into the pinfall attempt. And the facebuster is enough for Liv Morgan to secure the win here in her debut match on NXT. Welcome back to NXT, ladies and gentlemen. And right now it appears we're going to hear from the current reigning NXT North American Champion, the one and only King of Flight, Ricochet. Well, a strong statement made by the current reigning NXT North American Champion, throwing down the gauntlet for anybody in the NXT locker room that he has never faced before. This should be quite interesting for the champ. It has been a night of breaking news, and what can you expect when you watch NXT? We just keep the ball rolling, ladies and gentlemen. We are just around the corner from our first pay-per-view of the third season, NXT TakeOver 2. But not only is it our first pay-per-view of the new season, it is our first pay-per-view since being purchased by Fire Pro Wrestling. We have so many exciting matches. We have an upcoming video that's going to run down the card, and we hope to see you at TakeOver. But before we can get to TakeOver, we have to get through our main event here this week on NXT, as we have Mr. Wrestling Kevin Owens, and he will be teaming up with Prince Mustafa Ali, and they will be going up against their opponents here in just a few short days at TakeOver. Eric Young and Ethan Carter III, EC3, as now we see the entrance of Prince Mustafa Ali. It was last week that Ethan Carter III made his return and said that he would make Ali's life an absolute living hell for the simple fact that a $450 off the top of a ladder back at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view took Ethan Carter III out of action for quite the number of months. But on the opposite end of that spectrum, this man, what he had to say earlier tonight, accepting the challenge for the loser leaves NXT match at TakeOver 2, but upping the ante and saying why not make it a barbed wire massacre. And this man, EC3, his tag team partner, I'll give him his due. He's one hell of a tremendous in-ring performer. One of the best I've seen in quite some time. But it does not change the fact that he also has his head so far up his ass, more than anybody I have ever known in my life. He is one of the most arrogant, pompous SOBs I have ever seen. But when it comes down to it, and when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, EC3 can get it done when it matters the most. And it appears we're going to get a preview of this matchup from TakeOver 2 as EC3 delivers a chop right to the chest of Mustafa Ali. Ali was looking for a roundhouse kick, but it did not find its mark. Elbow strike from Mustafa Ali. That kick found its mark. Arm drag right there from Ali takes down EC3. And you know EC3 is looking for a bit of revenge. As I said before, it was that 450 off of the ladder that put EC3 through the table back at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, effectively taking EC3 out of NXT for the remainder of the season. This is EC3's first bit of action in quite some time. So we're going to see if there's any ring rust on EC3. And on the opposite end of that spectrum, Mustafa Ali and Eric Young had an absolute classic bout on last week's episode of NXT. And Kevin Owens, this is his first bit of action this season. So we're going to see if there's any ring rust on the prize fighter, Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Owens. KO looking for an insecurity, but EC3 have the wherewithal to duck under. KO now in control of this matchup. This is your main event on this week's episode of NXT. The go-home episode, if you will. If you are just now joining us, Cassius Ohno defeated Tony Nese in our opening contest. The Shield defeated the American Alpha. And in our last bout, we saw Liv Morgan make her debut against Sonya Deville. She was victorious. I see bright things in that young lady's future. And not only that, Eric Young accepted the challenge for the loser leaves NXT match at TakeOver 2, but added another caveat and said, let's make it a match not yet seen here in NXT, not seen in the States for quite some time. Eric Young challenged Kevin Owens to a barbed wire massacre match. And just moments ago, we heard from the NXT North American Champion, Ricochet, who said that management and creativity have been slacking a little bit around here lately. And I'm not entirely going to disagree with him. A lot of the attention around here has been diverted with the fact that NXT was purchased by Fire Pro Wrestling. We are now under the Fire Pro Wrestling banner. So with everything now essentially being taken care of behind the scenes, General Manager Triple H has now been able to divert his attention a little bit towards the wrestlers and the athletes a little bit more, as now we see a tag, and EC3 thwarts off the double team attempt. And he fights it off again. Surprisingly, EC3 not going to allow Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens to double team. Big slam from Ethan Carter, now going to drag him away from the ropes. Rear naked choke, has it locked in, but KO manages to fight it off. EC3 now going to hook him up for a snap suplex. Looking for a forearm strike right there. So much riding on the line in this matchup. Momentum is key heading into TakeOver 2. As I said before, not only is it our first pay-per-view of the new season, but it's our first pay-per-view under the new regime since being acquired by Fire Pro Wrestling. So we're going to see what the athletes, the caliber of the athletes that we have here in NXT can muster up at NXT TakeOver 2 right around the corner. We saw earlier Kevin Owens and Eric Young going to be facing off each other. And not only a loser leaves NXT match, but a barbed wire massacre match. We have EC3 facing off against Mustafa Ali, as EC3 is looking to get revenge on Mustafa Ali, who took him out of action just a number of months ago at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We have Shayna Baszler defending the Women's Championship against Paige. We also have the World Tag Team Championships up for grabs as Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins defend against the debuting Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. And we have the open challenge of the NXT North American Champion, Ricochet. So you are not going to want to miss this absolute stat card that we have for NXT TakeOver 2 as Mustafa Ali delivers a basement dropkick right to the face of Eric Young. The match these two had last week, absolutely incredible. Those punches that we saw earlier on. Hold on a second. Absolute beautiful execution out of the corner from Mustafa Ali. Those punches that we saw earlier on from Eric Young as he was punching away at Kevin Owens. Those punches were the exact same punches that busted open Mustafa Ali last week. Ali not exactly recovered from being busted open, but he is here nonetheless. And now Mustafa Ali being picked up. Oh, able to counter through though. As now we have Mustafa Ali back to the outside, Eric Young back out to the outside, the two legal combatants, EC3 and Kevin Owens, a couple of sentons from KO. And now EC3 going to try and pick up KO, but Kevin had it well scouted, got him up in an electric chair position, beautiful double team execution from Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens. EC3 now back out to his feet, delivers a jawbreaker right to Kevin Owens, stuns him for just a second, and a lariat takes him down. Now going to pick him back up in the fireman carry TK3. He tried it earlier, but Kevin Owens was able to fight it off. Wasn't able to fight off the second attempt, and Mustafa Ali breaks up the pinfall attempt. KO now going to drag him to the center of the ring. What could he be looking for here? EC3 now going to drag KO to his corner. Elbow shot to the back. Picks him back up. And the stroke from EC3. Not something that you often see out of Ethan Carter III, but it almost got the win. KO now has Eric Young, F-Sing, but Eric Young, not the legal man. Irish whip sends EC3 off the ropes, ducks under. KO with the go-behind. Drives him down to Kevin Owens. KO now going to tag in Mustafa Ali. Picks up EC3. Beautiful double drop kick from Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens. EC3 now going to tag in Eric Young. Eric Young now going to go up to the top rope, but thought better of it. Could have been looking for that elbow drop. And this is exactly how Eric Young busted open Mustafa Ali last week. And now the two combatants are going to exchange punches. Which one of these two men are going to come out better? And it is Eric Young. EY now picks him back up. Neck breaker from Eric Young takes him down. Now Eric Young going to drag him over towards his corner into the single leg Boston Crab. Kevin Owens now going to try and break up the hold, but Mustafa Ali able to fight it off. Irish whip sends Ali into the corner. Eric Young, what could he be looking for here? Big punch in the corner stuns Mustafa Ali. And now Eric Young delivers that patented elbow drop. I would say he's paying homage to the Macho Man, but I'm not exactly too sure about that. As now Mustafa Ali going to drag Eric Young towards his corner. In comes Kevin Owens, but Mustafa Ali was looking for the 054. I don't think KO realized it and picked up Eric Young. Eric Young now being dragged away from the ropes by Kevin Owens. KO into the pinfall attempt. Will this be it? Oh, 2.9. The tightest of 2.9s. Eric Young now sends Kevin Owens into the corner. Northern Light suplex. Tornado DDT off the top from Mustafa Ali on EC3. They are shaking the rafters here in the NXT arena. Reversal on the Irish Whip in the corner. Elbow shot to the back. Tag. In comes Ethan Carter III. EC3 now picks up Kevin Owens. Standing vertical suplex now. Evaded by Eric Young. Oh my goodness, what absolute classic tag team matchup. We are seeing EC3 splash in the corner. Takes down Kevin Owens. EC3 says that's it. Irish Whip sends him off into the corner. Kevin Owens in the move. Rising knee strike stuns EC3. KO now going to go up to the top rope. Frog splash in the back of Ethan Carter III. Absolute fantastic tag team action we are seeing here in our main event. KO now being dragged away from the ropes by EC3. Irish Whip sent him out to the outside. KO gonna follow through. Everybody's out on the outside now. KO back out into the ring. Senior official Tiger Tori has started his 20 count. EC3 has to get back into the ring. This match has just devolved into utter chaos. Everybody going after their opponent this Sunday at TakeOver. EC3, oh, he got back into the ring at the count of 15. KO kicks out the leg of Eric Young. Irish Whip sends EC3 into the ropes. Pop up powerbomb. And the pop-up powerbomb gets the job done here tonight on NXT. What an absolute classic matchup. Could this be an omen for what we are going to see at TakeOver?